Hey everybody, thanks for tuning in. You will be listening to Walkure talk in a bit. But before we proceed, let me just mention that this podcast is severely delayed and it was actually recorded the week after Valkyrie 3rd. But because yours truly is really lazy, it took me like 5 months to edit this thing. Another thing to note is that throughout the podcast, we will be using nicknames when talking about the CU. So if that confuses you, here's a quick reminder. Yasuno Kiyono is Kiyonon or Yasukichi. Toyama Nao is Nao-chan or Naobo. Suzuki Minori is Minoringo or Eringo. Nishita Nozomi is Nozomiru. And, well, Juna is Juna because, well, Juna is not SAU. Not that it has anything to do with nicknames. Finally, while we realize that not everybody has seen the movie because, well, you had to be in Japan to see it, and I'm releasing this podcast before the BD release. Anyway, while not everybody's seen the movie, we actually need to talk about some key element from the movie. So while we did our best to not spoil the movie, well, we did talk about it, so you've been warned. Alright, let's get to it. So welcome to Valkyrie Talk. Utawa Inoshi. My name is Kurotsuki.
Utawa I'm Forte.
Utawa Kibo. I'm Ken. Hi.
Utawa Shimpi. I'm Narumi.
Utawa Genki. I'm Chuck.
So I don't know why Kay decided to go with Narumi, but we're gonna call him Kay.
Dang it.
Narumi is hard to remember. All right. So, a small preface again. So, a second preface, I guess. There's not much to say about the seiyus that you probably don't already know.
There's much to say about Naobo.
There's too much to say about Naobo, and at the same, it's 2018. If you don't know who Naobo is by now, go watch some anime.
Yeah, it's if you watch
one
like
show.
anything this season, she's
Any show.
Same for Yasukichi.
Look in the
as well.
credits.
Exactly, Yasukichi, like she's not unknown. Like basically, the new faces were Juna, who's not even a seiyuu. She doesn't even voice Mikumo. Mikumo is voiced by Koshimizu Ami.
Yep.
But Juna, she's a former, I guess, Chika idol. In a way, she's from Nagoya. She used to perform with another girl in a unit I forget the name of. They used to do a lot of outdoor performances, and she entered a contest by Flying Dog, which she apparently lost, but was still selected to be the singing voice of Mikumo. If you look on the internet, you'll definitely be able to find some of her old stuff. It's pretty interesting to see how much she's grown since then. Nozomiru, we found out recently that she used to be, in her old life, she used to be part of Akiba Backstage, which, I guess you could describe it as some sort of like maid cafe, sort of ish. She's moved on from that life to become a seiyuu, but the old stuff is still out there. It's nothing bad. It's just that she.
It's like working at a maid cafe.
Yeah, was that?
It's just like working at a maid cafe. And
Yeah, exactly, working at a maid cafe. So it's very interesting to see that where she came from. You know.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly tied to AKB, but they're similar.
They are similar. They're in the same vein as Aphilia Saga, kind of.
Yeah,
Kind of.
I think it seemed like they're actually related when I looked through it, but
Because they're related because the cafe is owned by both Tsunku and Chiyomaru,
Yeah.
which
Mm.
by PB and AKB. So
And they have like the same kind of AKB setup where it's like the first members and the second members and next generation and so on and so forth, and they graduate and stuff like that. So it's very similar.
Hmm.
It's fascinating to me that Nozomiru moved on, but some of us have, maybe not
Gone
us
back.
in particular, but
Some of us have gone the other way backwards.
exactly.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Oh, wait a minute. What? Nozomiru, you're not a backstage pass anymore? No.
We were just.
We could have gone, man. 2012. What were you doing back then?
I was busy not being an eventer. And finally, we've got Minoringo, who correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure like she came out of nowhere. She
Came out of-
just auditioned, and if you've bought the Macross Delta Blu-rays, you can actually see the audition.
Yeah, it's also available. Like you can watch it on YouTube as well. Like some people have uploaded it, and it's really interesting to watch, especially since it's like you're listening to some like pre-pro versions of the songs, and it's like really odd.
The
So
lyrics are
weird.
funny.
It's so weird.
Yeah,
Is it the one we hear her sing is Correlation the War, and like the lyrics are just like it makes me feel weird all the time because like whoa, this is not how it's supposed to go,
What that means is the melody is created before the lyrics are finalized, so that's
It
interesting.
definitely is. Yeah.
Yeah.
So those are the seiyus. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's talk about you guys. So let's start with Forte. Forte, what was your introduction to Walkure?
So I actually did not know about, I had never heard a Walkure song at all until I found out they were going to Anime Expo last year.
Really?
And so, like I had known about Macross, but I think pretty much everyone knows this in our group at this point, but I wasn't the biggest fan of Frontier, so I didn't...
Really? Huh?
So I didn't actively look to watch more Macross after Frontier, but when I heard we had people from Walkure coming to Anime Expo, I decided to give Delta a shot, and I found Delta was much more my cup of tea. So that's kind of how this beginning of this Walkure thing happened to me, I guess.
All right. And what would you say is your favorite song from Walkure?
I think when you don't have kind of the live vibe or memories of the live performances in your memory, for me it'd probably be Hear the Universe.
Okay.
Interesting.
And your favorite character from the show?
I think it's definitely Mikumo.
Mikumo.
I really like her.
All right. So Valkyrie third, I guess, was your first. Well, I mean, it was your first Valkyrie live,
Yeah.
real
Yes.
life. I mean, but you've seen them at AX and you've seen them. Okay, so let's just be honest. I was gonna say you've seen them at Animax. Technically, they were not Valkyrie at Animax, but let's just be honest. It was Valkyrie at Animax. So I know that before Animax, you were really into planning to go to Valkyrie third. What would you say is the reason that made you want to travel?
For Walkure third in particular?
Yeah.
So I had watched the Blu-ray, the second Blu-ray a lot of times, after Anime Expo. I was just wow, these guys are really good. And so I think it was a mystery, before the movie announcement, which I believe was in September or October, if anyone remembers.
I don't remember.
I think it was in one of those months, but I think it was questionable whether there was going to be a third live at all. I don't know if anyone else was wondering this, but
I remember because we were planning our Animax legs of the trip pretty similar times, and I think even before Valkyrie third, I think we were kind of hoping that they would show up at AFA. I think we were running on some fumes or something, crossing our fingers. But I think
So I had heard from I shall not name person that Alpha was planning, because last year was actually the 30th anniversary of Macross, the franchise.
Interesting.
So there was rumor that Alpha was planning to bring in a lot of people from Macross to celebrate the franchise, among which Walkure was going to be.
You know what the irony of all this is? Like, instead we got Nogizaka and Sex died.
That's true.
To be fair,
Rest
to
in
be
peace.
fair, to be fair, Nogizaka did
Is that
happen.
what happened?
before Alpha. No, Nogizaka happened before Alpha.
I think that was like the killing blow though, because after that was when I believe he gave up his tickets.
He did before. He did before.
Well, literally, like as the concerts were happening, I was checking the chat and I happened upon I think I'm going to Hong Kong, and I swooped in and took my opportunity to go to Walkure 3rd. So
Anyway, to not digress too much, I think for me, like, a lot of people, like, so the uncertainty of like it was even going to happen, and so when it got announced, I'm like, right, I have to make time for this, because I don't know like how many other eventers from like IMAS and stuff are listening to this, but some people thought like CG 4th was going to be the special one, and I thought Walkure 3rd was going to be like the CG 4th version of, you know, the Walkure lives, I guess.
All right, that's fair. All right, what about you, Ken? What's your introduction to Walkure?
So my introduction to Walkure was kind of similar to Forte. I'd known about them before the AX announcement, but I never really took the initiative to listen to them until they were announced for the KOE Live. So I guess I just started like listening to the music, and I hadn't even really watched any of the live material or like what was out of like the seiyus or like any performances or like anything like that. Okay. But I think it was when I first went to Japan, like my first time in May.
Yes.
When Kuro enabled me into events. Yeah.
Oh.
You'd shown the first live digest to me.
Yes.
And I think that was like when I was still trying to get like acclimated with the cast and stuff. Like I didn't really know who was in Walkure. I was just mostly attached to the music than anything else. And then I was like, oh wait, that's Naobo. Oh wait, that's Yasuichi. Oh, okay, I see where see where we're at now. So yeah, and then I guess after AX, after that, like the awesome performance, I think that was like they were probably my favorite performance out of the four. Even though I'm very much more of like an Aquas fan. I like the Walkure performance more. So as soon as that happened, I was like, man, if there's a third live, I will want to go. Like I will do whatever it takes to go. All right. And sure enough, yeah, it got announced, and I found my way over there somehow.
So what would you say is your favorite song from Walkure?
Runga Pika probably.
Rune Pika.
Yeah, because I'm a Freya.
Oh, I see. So I mean, so I guess that answers who your favorite character is.
yeah. Like I tend to like Genki characters, so
that's good. All right. Kay, actually, I don't know how you got into Walkure. I know you went to second with me, but I didn't know. Like, then I think about it, I'm like, hey,
You guys didn't talk about it at all back then.
we
Kind of did. We kind of talked
did,
about
but
it.
not, yeah.
I think it wasn't until second where we kind of basically made headways like, oh, we're into Walkure.
I mean, I was already into it, but I was. I mean, but okay. I'll go last, but K, go ahead.
So my thing is basically I've liked Robotech since the beginning.
Me too. I love Hoboken.
So I grew up with that, and so I've always been watching Macross, like every single series that came out. And so basically, after whenever Macross Delta came out, I was like, okay, well, it's another Macross series. Let's see what Kawamori has gotten us into this time. And so I watched it, and then this is like around the time right now when I hit my full stride, getting into like IMAS and everything, and I'm like, wait a minute, Walkure has full-fledged idol units now. What is this? I was like, I like this a lot. I like idols. I like Macross. And so I was like, I need to go check this out live. And then we went to second. And then basically the magic happened, and that's where we are now.
Okay. So, what would you say is your favorite song?
My favorite song is obviously much more newer, but right now it would definitely be Walkure wa Uragiranai.
Uragiranai? Yeah, I knew you were
Yes.
going to say that.
Hitayo!
So, it's just a side note, but when we went to see the movie, when Uragira and I started playing in the movie, you could hear in the movie theater somebody yell, "Ah!"
And I'm not sure who that was.
I have no idea who that could possibly be. I heard that person the exact same thing when Uragira and I played on the first day of Walkure 3rd. Huh.
Very coincidence. Must have been some fan that came to both events with, coincidentally the same place we were,
Yeah, yeah.
I think it came from my section. It came from my section, really close to me, actually.
Oh.
Anyway, Kay, who would you say is your favorite character?
No surprise, but it's going to be Mikumo,
Come on.
Hey.
the cool beauty type, with her purple hair.
So you've been to second. What made you want to go back to third?
So after second, I was pretty much okay. This is a Walkure live. This was amazing. I've had it. I've had my fill. It's like I'm sad they're dead.
Wow.
But so I wasn't actually expecting a third live, but it wasn't until they announced the movie and the new single. I'm like, okay, they're still doing stuff with Walkure. Time to get geared up and ready. And so by that point, I already made the decision that if the third was going to be announced, then I would definitely try to go for it.
Okay.
And lo and behold, that's what it was. And so I was like, if it's that, then I'm there.
All right.
If I recall correctly, they got announced in the same event, like both the movie, the new single, and the
Yep.
the live.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. All right. So Chuck,
Hi.
what was your actual introduction to Walkure? Because I clearly remember when Kay and I went to second.
Yeah.
He judged
Do you
by
want?
4.
Do you want the version with Idolmaster or without Idolmaster?
Let's go with Idol Master.
That one takes longer.
What's IMAS, guys?
Okay, so let's just skip to, well, it's back in time, but P meeting, because it was the same weekend as Walkure second.
Uh-huh.
And so most of you guys went to Walkure second the first day.
Yes.
And then I went to P meeting both days. And that was, at that point, I knew what Walkure was, mostly thanks to Sets, because I play Grand Blue Fantasy with him, and he's in my guild. And at the time, he was talking about Walkure a lot, and that's what got the name in my head. It's really weird, because I remember Macross Delta, the promotions for it, but I don't remember it airing at all. It's really weird, and by the time, at that point, it was already done airing. But anyway, when we were at P meeting, I just went, this looks, if you're all going, then it's probably interesting, but I'm not going to think about it until after I finish IMAS. But when we go home, one day, on HPT's 3rd anniversary, I'm at Patrick's house drinking, and he puts on Walkure music, and it's Tomara and I. I'm like, whoa, this music's really catchy. So the next day, I go download it, I go, whoa, this music's really good. And basically, I just listened to the music from there. I didn't watch the show yet, but at some point, by the time they announce Walkure for AX, I'm already like super hyped for it. But the thing that really set me off was when Walkure's second, the Blu-ray was released, and I watched it, and I went from being familiar with the songs to like casually just kind of knowing the song to like really like, holy shit, I fucking love this. And so, well, and then AX happens, and you know, that's where it solidified my suddenly the thing that I used to do for 6 years before this is no longer my number one, and for the first time since then, there's something else that's in my number one slot. That's Walkure.
I have to be honest. I remember like when you started really getting into Walkure.
I was gonna say
before
this
AX.
too. You thought I was bandwagoning.
Yes, I thought.
Yes, I was
I
gonna bring this up too. I should have brought this up when we were in person and rubbed it in your face because you thought I was bandwagoning. You thought
I thought, okay, it's just Chuck being Chuck. He's just like exaggerating. It's like, oh yeah, I don't feel like I don't know is how if he's really being
How
like,
long he'll last.
yeah.
I don't blame you though. I don't blame you for how I've been for a long time. I would have doubted, but the real kicker was, yeah. I mean, you took the video of me being so freakishly happy. I've never seen myself so happy before.
I think at this point, the only betrayal more dramatic than Sets would be Chuck.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Chuck, what do you say is your favorite song?
Nami Dame.
Nami Dame?
Oh.
And I know a lot of you really liked it at third, and I really liked it too. Both days I was equally hyped of jumping. Nami Dame, I don't know why I like the song. I just do because it's really energetic, and I usually listen to most of my any song when I'm driving because I don't drive that far to work, but I do. And it's a song where I'm shouting in my car because no one can hear me, so I do. That's how
It's a good song. It's a good song. All right,
No,
and your
Nami Dame,
favorite.
the great part about oh sorry
Let's go back to Nami Dame later.
yeah.
So, Chuck, I guess your favorite character is Freya.
Freya Mirage. I'm stuck between. I'm stuck between the two.
All right, Chuck likes the
Yeah.
Mirage is a very good girl. She's a
Stuck between
very
the two.
extremely good girl.
Or I could just say Chuck is my favorite character.
You could say.
If anyone's watched Macross before, you probably know like what situation or what kind of character Mirage is. It's a very Macross character.
Yeah, pretty much.
All right. I guess it's my turn then. So, I don't exactly remember how it happened. I know that in 2000, I guess it was 2016. What's Macross Delta? 2016, right?
16.
Yes.
So Flying Dog uploaded the PV for H2Dake. And I remember watching that, and I guess most of people know I am not the biggest fan of Frontier.
Okay.
So when Macross Delta got announced, I was not planning to even give it a try. But I watched the PV for Ichidodake. I had no idea it was in it. I guess it started and I recognized Naobo. And I was like, oh, hey, that's Naobo. Cool. But right then and there, this lady in yellow caught my attention. And I think you could say it was love at first sight. And I was like, oh my god, this girl is so beautiful. Who is she? And I later found out she was Yasukichi. And apparently she was in Idolmaster 2, which is funny because I am a fan of that, but I never made a connection before. I mean that because when she's in Cinderella Girls, she looks so different.
Yeah. She's not.
But anyway, I see Yasukichi and I'm like, wow, I'm gonna loop that video again. And I looped Ichido Dake I don't know how many times, and I really got into it. So I was like, okay, I'll give this Macross Delta a shot. And right at the end of the first episode, they play Ikenai Borderline.
Ooh.
And that's when I knew. That's when I knew. And that's when I knew Delta was
that's-
gonna be a show for me.
Yeah, sorry to cut you off, but I think I was the same after episode 1. I was just like, I'm into Delta. Like, that's a great first episode.
Alright.
Like that got the blood flowing. I was just
Yeah,
like, oh, shit.
Ikenai Borderline was like the song that got me like, all right, I like this.
Yeah, I was like, wow, that shows actually there's potential. So I watched Delta up until I believe episode 18. I stalled because I didn't really like where the story was going. But I was really into the music. I bought the CD. And well, you had to buy I bought the CD and the Blu-ray because you had to buy that for the lottery of the Walkure. So that September was when the September. So for Walkure first, they did a tour, and the last venue of the tour was in Tokyo in September, and I had planned to travel that September because of Cinderella Girls. So I was like, oh my god, I get to see both Cinderella Girls and Walkure. Again, I consider myself a huge Idolmaster fan. Cinderella Girls after fourth, because fourth was that September. Well, actually, no, September and October. I started calling Cinderella Girls home, the same way I call the regional series of Idolmaster home. Yet, out of the lives I had done in those 2 months I stayed in Japan, Walkure first was the most fun live I had been to. And after Walkure first, that's when I knew. I mean, I knew since Delta, but Walkure first confirmed what I was guessing, that I would follow Walkure as much as possible. So I went to second, and second, as Kay mentioned, I think we thought it was going to be the last one, and we gave it our all, but it was not enough. There was something missing. I needed more. I needed more. I guess I needed more of everything, and I was hoping so much for Walkure third, even though I was like, but they've already done all of their songs. What could possibly be improved? And
Exactly.
and third got announced, and I didn't even think about it. I just applied. I lost, obviously, because getting tickets was kind of a shit show in a way, but not as show as IMAS, but still. I was gonna do everything in my power to go to Walkure third, and that's where we are today. If I had to say my favorite song is
It's a great song, by the way.
It is a great song. It's Hamitsu
Oh,
Junjo.
Junjo.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a good song too.
I love
nice.
Junjo has a special place in my heart. Even though when Junjo first got on air as an ending song, I was disappointed because the visuals for that ending song were not as good as Run Pika. But that's another thing. Anyway, my favorite character is Kaname.
Surprise.
Of course.
Surprise, Kaname. I wonder why. But I also love Mikumo a lot, and Mirage, and Freya, and oh my god. Like, this is what I love about Macross Delta, is that all the characters are so likable. I didn't find myself like disliking characters like Frontier made me dislike characters.
There's some robot people who will heavily disagree.
Just for reference, we're not going to have a gachikoi section because there might be some blood in here if we do. But my favorite Seiyu does not voice my favorite character.
That happens.
Same here. I mean,
They
But
weren't
anyway.
fighting with them, so
So I guess that covers the introduction. Let's talk about the life. So I guess most of you said that I guess not everybody was expecting this live. But in a way, in our hearts, we knew. We knew it was
Yeah.
gonna be there.
I mean, by the time they announced the movie, it was back in August, and at that point, I was like, well, and they announced that they're going to do new music too. So I'm like, well, if they didn't say the last one was final, then they'll probably do another one. Just comes to when.
It was kind of like hard to like really believe though, because you have like these Seiyu who are like kind of reaching the peak of their popularity, and it's like, do they really have time to do this thing where they're like not really the main part of the unit?
It's really crazy for Naobo because Naobo she's never.
That's why
So
she's so
busy,
fucking
yeah.
good.
Yeah.
She still finds time to come out to do this stuff. And yesterday she just had her Grand Blue thing, and it's like less than a week. Actually, no, it was exactly a week since Walkure, but yeah.
she was a great MC.
Yeah, not
there.
even
Yeah.
yeah, not even mentioning like she had her Budokan live in the beginning of the month as well.
Yeah.
There's just a lot of
Find
things she's
time?
doing.
Where does she find the time to
Yeah,
do
it's insane.
She's a very busy person.
She is.
But and like Yasukichi is kind of starting to reach that status as well.
No, she's got Psychon,
Nah,
that's it.
yeah.
Psychon, that's it.
Yeah.
I would say it's like slower for her, but I mean she had her debut. She's getting a bunch of stuff now, so she's not at her peak for sure.
Busy one now is
she's
Minaringo.
not there yet. She could.
Yeah.
She definitely could be. Have her like. I want to say like more popular, but she's definitely.
She did visit AFA.
She did, but that was for Saikano.
Yeah.
My point is like it was kind of like hard for me to believe until it actually announced that there would be a third, because
Yeah.
everyone was just so, or they started becoming so busy essentially.
It is true that out of the 5 singing members of Walkure, 4 of them have a solo career now. So
now.
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, so the third live got announced. What were your expectations?
Ooh. Well, I mean, as for mine, like they're pretty similar to yours, Kuro. Is mostly like, oh well, like we know what they showed at Second Live, and they're coming out with an EP with like a couple of new songs, but like what can really be different, you know? So it was really up in the air. I think I was kind of hitching less on like a unique experience and mostly on the fact that it was my first like one man thing for Walkure in general. So I was kind of like keeping my thoughts or my expectations independent of, you know, like what I've seen from like the Blu-ray, and just kind of be like, all right, well, I want to give them like 100%. I want to just see them in general. So my expectations weren't really that high. They were just, you know, I guess kind of in the middle. It was like, I don't think I would have hated it either way if it was just, you know, like middle of the road. But obviously, you know, having gone to the live, there's a lot of stuff that happened in it that I was just like, oh my god, like. So it like, yeah, my expectations weren't incredibly high, but I think they were absolutely met, which I guess we'll discuss in a sec.
What's your forte?
So this was for me more of an event to get my year started, I guess. Like as I knew this was going to be like a long year of eventing for me, and
Always lit.
I like the music, but I wouldn't say like they were my number one group at the time. Like, well, I was still like definitely more of a CG fan, like even up to like a week and a half ago. Yeah. But So my expectations were really like I was planning on enjoying this, but I wasn't like planning on it to be like this really like experience of a lifetime kind of thing. I was just like, yeah, I'm excited for this. I really like their music kind of thing. So it was just like for me a way to kick off my year of eventing. I was like, oh, I'm gonna go to Taiwan in a month kind of thing, you know.
What happened to that?
Yeah, what happened?
We'll talk about that later.
You want tickets? You can just win them. You want to Ippon for them.
We'll talk about it later.
All right. Yeah. As I guess Kay and I mentioned, basically, yeah. So, although it's funny, in a way, I knew they were gonna repeat the same songs, but I didn't really think or have particular expectations for third. Honestly, third was like the way I went into third was like second was good, was so good, and I missed the shit out of Walkure. So I'll just take whatever they gave me, and even if it's the same thing, I'll just take it. It's okay.
That was me too.
Stick.
Like I was going to third, thinking like, okay, if I get just the same thing that I got a second, I will be very happy.
Right? I'll just.
I did not expect what we got.
Oh, yeah.
You know, though, the addition of the only 3 new songs adds so much. It's weird, but it does.
Guys,
It's interesting. Yeah.
I expected Dancing in the Moonlight to start things off.
Yeah. I think a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah, Nalbo even mentioned it in her MC. She's like, "Oh yeah, this is gonna be the song at the start, right?"
and then. All right. Let's talk about the goods. So I guess Kate, did you buy the pen light last year?
I did.
It did. I skipped last year because I got the one from first. The one from first was actually a regular Kingblade, but the inside is branded Valkyrie Attack. In respect, I do regret not buying the one from second. But the pen light for third is
It's not great.
I mean, it's not bad. It works.
It functions.
It functions. Yes.
So I'm curious because I can tell how second, third compares. How do first and third compare, Kuro?
Again, first is a Kingblade. It's a regular Kingblade, right? So it's basically how you expect a Kingblade to work. You just it's a Kingblade 2 actually.
You get what you pay for. It's just a Kingblade. Yeah.
It's yeah. So you can like very easily change the inside. There's no branding on the handle. It's just white. So we could just with everything. The only branding is on the inside.
Mm-hmm.
Which you could remove and put inside another tube if you'd like. That's very easy to do. So the first pen light was very basic. It had every colors of a Kingblade 2, which is I think is 23, I believe.
Okay.
23. Damn, I didn't know I had that many.
Yeah, they because they have like different shades of like pink and stuff. Meanwhile, the one for third is a single button. Okay, so first, as the Kingblade, you can program a Kingblade if you I don't know if you,
I think it was only 3 you can program.
no, you can program a Kingblade 2.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah.
Manually.
So you can set order and stuff.
You can set order and stuff or remove colors and stuff. What Kingblade 3 brought was the ability to do it with an app on the phone, but it was already something you could do before.
Okay.
Now the one from third, it's a single button one, so that means you cannot program it. And the handle is branded, but to put on the strap, it's you need tools. You need like actual tools to have.
I actually did it
about
on my
that.
first try somehow.
Yeah, when you guys said that, I was expecting it to be horrible, but I put mine on as soon as I picked it up from the venue.
Wow.
Yeah, no, same. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just
like
not
I was.
doing
Yeah,
that.
I was
Yeah.
mentally preparing for it.
There's like a clear separation between people who are good with their hands and not, and I guess Crow and I fall on the bad side because I needed a pair of tweezers to
Yeah,
put the strap on.
absolutely.
Well, it wasn't just you guys. I mean, a bunch of other people were saying in the chat as well, right? So I was like, okay,
Yeah.
let me see how bad this is gonna be.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
a little pre-bend and just, it works.
If you're not good with your hands, the putting on the strap is going to be a pain in the ass. Also, the way to remove or change the battery wasn't clear to some people at first.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, if somebody told me, I would have struggled with how to remove the battery also. So it's not very intuitive, and again, it's not bad. It functions. It's just it lacks functionality, and it's not a very good design.
Kay watched me have to actually take the tube off a couple times because like bits like fell off,
Mm-hmm.
and I need to like take the inside out to get the bits out of the tube. It was
Just
very
like
strange.
clear it out.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of this thing.
No, but hey, it's a pen light.
Yeah.
So that's all I have to say about the pen light. As for the other goods, I like the towel. The towel is the towel is pretty cool.
Towel's nice.
Towel's-
Sorry?
Tell us how the sports towel is, Forte.
I think. Okay, so of everyone, I think I probably bought the most goods, and
Yes,
so
you did.
I
And
actually bought
we
two
thank
of
you
the
for-
towels.
We do thank you for taking one for the team, and
I bought a lot of stuff. Okay, and so I bought two of the towels on accident because I left mine at home for the one I was going to bring to the concert, and actually I'm not a fan of the towel. And
no,
I-
the actual towel. You don't like it?
yeah. I think like because there's like so many details they had to print on the towel, it didn't come out looking very good. Like if you look at the designs for like first or second, they're much simpler, and so they don't look like a mess when you print them.
It
on
does
the
look better from afar than it does up close. I will
yeah,
say.
up close it looks awful.
Yeah.
Mm,
I'm not a fan of the towel,
okay.
but it's a functional towel and it's live goods, so bought it anyway, happily. But I also bought the scarf, which
Yes.
when
Ooh.
Tell us more about that scarf.
the scarf is like it's probably the appropriate size for a small dog. It's probably that's probably like the only like market I can find that would actually be able to purchase and use the scarf because it's pretty much not functional for a normal human being. I tried, and it's just not very useful. And then I bought all of the character T-shirts. They're all very nice.
Oh yeah.
Everyone who didn't buy them missed out, in my opinion.
I agree with that.
And you even bought the ones that were sold after the live too, right?
Yes, I did. I haven't found them yet, but
Of the show you don't like.
the show I don't like, but I like the collabs. I like the music at least.
Right.
So, overall, despite like kind of like the bad pen light, the bad towel, in my opinion, anyway. I still think the goods were pretty awesome overall. They didn't have like stuff like copies, which I also would have bought, but whatever. Maybe for fourth.
Yeah, maybe. So yeah, in general, what's very interesting about Walkure is the quality of the lives like increases every live, but the quality of the goods decreases every live. I don't know how it works, but hey,
That's
Walkure.
Bandai.
Yeah,
Well,
thanks,
isn't
The corollary to that, I would
isn't
say
the
though,
event-
is the gacha this time was crazy.
It was
I think all of
hilarious.
us missed Gacha.
I heard about it. I didn't want to try gacha.
It was hilarious to see people gamble and then trade afterwards.
Yes, yeah.
Yeah, it was really fun.
There were people would just like open up like with like boxes full of random character goods.
Yeah.
They just sit there, they hold it out and see,
Just bartering, if you want something, ask.
Because initially when I went into the gacha, there was different types. There was like this, so they're showing up on the board. It's like stamps. There's one section. Towels was another section. The little bottle top little pop-up things were a second. I was like, oh, okay, so there's different gachas I can choose from. Actually, they were all in the same gacha. So if you wanted everything, you had to go through all. I was like,
Oh shit.
what?
It's Japan. Come on.
I actually missed gacha on both days because I showed up to the venue so late. So, fortunately.
Weren't you with us?
You was. Very
Yeah,
late
but I was
to the
doing
venue.
a goods pickup, and then it was
Oh.
unclear what we were doing afterwards. There's like a lot of mistakes.
That
when it
I
comes
was really
to
funny.
I have a
I heard that
question.
the-
Go ahead.
Oh no, I heard that the event book is at least better than the one that was there last year
Oh, you
or
mean the
last
pamphlet?
live.
Yes, the pamphlet.
The
is
pamphlet,
actually,
yeah.
It's not the pamphlet this time. About so
Less
it-
less
it-
illustrations.
Yes. It used to be only illustrations.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I mean, the pamphlet does have more illustrations than Seiyu Peaks, but at least it has interview this time, which I believe the second one didn't have. I have the first one, but I forget what it was. I think it's maybe like one page of Seiyu picture, and the rest is it's mainly illustrations.
You got a very nice movie pamphlet as well.
Yeah, the movie one's really good.
I think what's interesting about Walkure, I mean, we'll get into it later, but what could possibly explain the fact that the pamphlet is mainly illustrations is that they do the MCs in character, you know, and like
Like-
Idol Master, or they do the MCs.
Yeah, unlike a lot of
I was
other
thinking about
outlets.
this too.
So
Most of the MCs are in character until the
Right.
very end.
Yeah, they
Sure.
say they're out of character for the last one.
yeah, the out of characters is only like the very last part. So I guess
It's still
I mean,
Macross Delta, it's
Yeah.
still Macross.
right. So that's probably why the pamphlet is never like full of Seiyu pictures. Because you don't go see the Seiyus, you go see the
You're
characters.
still selling it's
Right.
still Macross you're going to see. And that's
Right.
that's adventures we tend to forget sometimes.
Yeah.
Do you consider us the opposite then? Because I think most of us go for the Seiyu, actually.
Honestly, I
I-
love Delta, so I like it all. So for me, I welcome everything.
Mm.
All right. Now Yokohama Arena. So I believe it was the first time for Chuck in Yokohama Arena.
Yeah, how strange it is. Because I'm at Holy Grounds for the last 6 years. Never thought my reason to go there would be for Macross, for Robotech.
Robotech.
Well, if you asked me 2 years ago, then yeah, I wouldn't have.
So Kay and I were there last year. Forte, Ken and I were there last year as well, for different reasons. But what do you guys think about Yokohama Arena as far as venue goes?
Actually, I really like the venue. The thing is, like, there's so many floors and spaces that if you get there early enough, you get the bathroom and you have no line. But if you wait too
Yeah.
long,
Yeah,
you're just gonna line.
Or you
There's-
go
there's
up a
line.
level. You go up to
Yeah,
the,
go to the top
where no
floor
one's there,
right
yeah.
away. You'll be perfect. And it's so funny. I went to the restroom and then Ash came out of the restroom that I was gonna use.
I ran into Ash a lot. Like a side note, I ran into Ash a lot. Like not intending to this weekend.
Yeah.
I ran into him in Akiba before we left too. It was weird.
Well, he ran into everyone in Akiba like that last day.
Yeah.
I saw his thing. He ran into like all of the groups literally in the span of like 10 minutes.
But yeah, I really like Yokohama Arena. For day one, I was in the stand, which is third floor. Honestly, I feel like no matter where you are in the arena, you will get a good view and a good feeling of the entire place.
So
Yeah, that is how I feel about. And what's one of the things I really like about Yokohama is
Yeah.
is that kind of feel like I kind of felt that with Animax,
Right.
the same. Like so we were like last, or at least I remember I was. My tickets were like last minute, totally in the back. with you guys, and
Yes.
you know, and at first when I sat down, I was like, oh, this is kind of weird, kind of far. But as soon as everything started, you know, you realize that there aren't really any bad seats at Yokohama, even if
There's
you
no.
think
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think on that note, though, I think Kay and I didn't have the best seats for when the stage shenanigans started. Like especially me, because there were some taller guys in front of me. That was kind of annoying for me.
Where were you on day one?
I was in the standing section.
The standing section, right. So if you, because you're in the flag ground,
and in the back.
you're in the back,
Right.
right? That could be.
Yeah, my seat was interesting because like that day one was the one I EPON for.
Right.
So I got what I thought based off seating charts, or I guess they were old seating charts at the time, were going to be behind the stage. So
Behind the stage.
so my expectations were a little like basically non-existent. I was just like, all right, this is gonna be like a live viewing. I'm just gonna stare at a screen all day, and at least I'm in the venue. It's fine.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but stage side tickets were less expensive than regular tickets, right?
They were cheaper. Yes, they were
Right.
7,500. They were 7,500 yen. But the craziest thing about those seats is that I felt like I was super close to this stage because
I'm pretty sure
Immediately,
stage side tickets were the best tickets.
for price and for distance, like I can make out faces. That's how good it was.
Yeah.
I was
No,
I was just so in
that is it.
shock. Like I think if there was any reason for me to be more hyped for day one than day two, it would probably just be those seats. Like I just wasn't not expecting them to be that good.
Right. So a bit like Valkyrie second, they really like packed Yokohama Arena to the max. Like they oversold, and they had standing seats, standing tickets. So basically, what happens is that you're standing for the entire live on the back of the arena, but still, unless there's somebody taller than you in front of you, you should get a decent view.
There's actually two standing sections. There's one on the second floor, and
Yeah,
then there's one in the stands. I was in the one
right.
in the second floor.
Yeah, we were. Us and Chuck were in the ones on the second
Yeah.
floor.
And to be honest, I actually like them because I was in the second spot. So basically, there's two rows. One person in the front who gets the divider, so they can hug the divider, and then one row behind, where you're behind those people. For me and Patrick, we were on the second part, but it was nice because that means there's nobody behind us. That meant we jumped the whole time.
Hey.
It was Mogra for us.
I can bet, especially if Onyanoko.
Yeah, oh hell yeah, man! It was awesome. And when the carts come, they're close enough that it's still good. So I actually like the two very different experiences of both days. To where Forte,
Yeah.
Forte was like, oh, second day I'm gonna trade back for a standing seat.
Unfortunately, I wasn't able to, but I'm happy I didn't because I got that second
Yeah, it's a very good experience too, just to get the nicer view.
But I was also jumping, but I was like on the divider side of the standing seats, and the guys behind me just got out of the way. So I gaijin smashed. Sorry.
Yeah, I
guys.
saw the girl next to me. She was doing the same thing I was, so I didn't care at all.
All right.
Casey and I for day two were we're somewhere in the middle of the stands, the like middle arena, like in the stands, and it was good because like at least we got like good vantage point of the whole stage shenanigans, which I guess we'll get into
Oh yeah.
as well. Yeah.
All right. Before I guess it's about time we start talking about the set list. But before we do, final Yokohama Arena thing. There was a flower stand section. I'm assuming you guys saw it. Did you guys see all the flower stands? What you guys think about them?
The one Hananoki did. Hananaoki.
The one Hananoki did was it kind of stole the entire thing from me.
Yeah, it
So-
was beautiful.
Yeah.
It was pretty amazing. I think Chuck is
Yeah.
the only one who didn't drop money on that one somehow.
How do you know that?
Because your name isn't on it.
Your name's not on it. Yeah.
Why were you looking?
We took a picture of it.
Swear to God, if you look hard enough, you'll see Freya something there, and that was me.
I'll mail you my postcard so you have proof.
I had to spend money on a fidget spinner for Juna, the K-bot.
All right, let's talk about the live. So, the first of all, the live started with Coalition the War, and what they did is pretty amazing. Okay, so I'll just quickly compare it. For first, they started with Coalition the War, but the stage was you can see the digest for the Zep Tokyo. The stage Zep is a venue where you can do beautiful visual effects. So there's a screen. They did the best they could, but they weren't aiming for like to wow the crowd with special effects. Second, it was Yokohama Arena. They had a center stage. You could do more visual effects, and what they did is that they made an intro movie. It starts where you can see the Macross Delta, and it started with Yokoso Walkure World A. So it's a great way to start the live. So I think that's why most of us thought they were gonna start with Dancing in the Moonlight, because the way Dancing in the Moonlight goes feels very much how you would start a live with.
They had the five characters in the second live too. You remember? That was that like the way they kind of like switched off from the 2D characters to the Seiyu. I thought that was like really cool.
Right.
Like that made me really excited when I watched the Blu-ray for the first time.
So Correlation the War. So they did a movie for Coalition the War. That movie is
Very sexy.
it's amazing. First of all, it's a new live version of Correlation the War they played. So the instrumental is longer, so that it would fit the movie. And the movie, to describe the movie quickly, it's essentially all 5 of the Valkyrie members wearing pilot suits, walking towards the VF fighters, and I mean,
You got in them.
yeah, and actually getting them, and then they all jet through this towards the street.
No, and then the color of the VF fighters changed to their color.
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
everybody
so-
cheers.
Yep.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
That was pretty cool.
yeah.
Actually, I remember like distinctly the crowd was like so tense during the movie. Like everyone was like so excited.
Oh yeah. The movie,
Like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You know.
yeah, the movie is amazing. And so what's special about that movie is that she does reveal it later in the live, but Nozomiru is actually the one who did the motion cap.
All the sexy struts.
Yes, all this. I mean, sexy. So,
It was indeed pretty sexy.
that's pretty sexy.
Yes.
So, Coalition the War was a great way to start the live. Anything else to say about that?
No.
Mm.
That's
It hit me
It
hard
was-
at AX because it was my
basic.
first time. Oh, go ahead.
Hmm?
Oh, okay, yeah. So, Coalition of the War is one of my favorite songs too, but at AX it hit me harder because I wasn't expecting it. Here, it was kind of standard already. So, actually, I was expecting Dancing in the Moonlight.
Mm-hmm.
Start
So,
the
I
live
guess
as well.
it didn't hit me as
Most
hard.
of us were probably.
Yeah, but the song is just so fun, especially with the final part, you know, the moto.
But the Saguto.
So, yeah. So, it's like the perfect opening song still.
It is. Then the following song was Yokoso Valkyrie World A.
The real introduction song.
The real intro.
Which is, I didn't realize this till after, but they cut the whole first
They
Ride
did.
of the Valkyries
They
part.
did.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
that's
right
what
to
they
the
did.
song.
Mm-mm.
So
I didn't
it's
realize
great.
that.
after that they did a quick MC. I didn't realize why they did the MC until I heard the lyrics in the song. The MC, they were like, oh yeah, Valkyrie had a full year, and in spring we did that. Who went to that thing we did in spring, and then summer, who went to that thing we did in summer, and and so on. And then they start singing Change, and I didn't realize what they did the MC until that, because so in Change, if you listen to the lyrics, they do have that part with like Aki Fuyu Natsu,
Mhm.
So that's why they did that for. I thought it was really cool.
Was anyone sad that they didn't mention AX in their did anyone go to this event kind of thing? I was a little sad.
Well, we got something later.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, we did get a small shout out later, but yeah, I know. I was not expecting them to mention AX at all,
Right.
Yeah.
because it was not an official like Japanese event.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's weird how they work. But anyway, Change. Oh my god, Change. So, Change is very interesting in that when I saw it in the movie, it blew my fucking mind.
This so much.
Holy shit, Change is so good in the movie.
I love Aikatsu.
Yeah, so not to spoil too much, but so in the movie, they do a completely CG animation for Change, and you see those cubes that float around. And I don't even know how to begin to describe how amazing Change is in the movie. But anyway, so Change so good in the movie, I didn't like it as much in the live.
Mm.
Oh, interesting.
I like that they did the same choreography. So, and I like the song.
I didn't even notice.
Yes, they did. They did do the same choreography, but I think the movie version, the visual effects from the movie version was so over the top that not getting that for the live.
How are they gonna be falling into the cubes and
Right. No.
floating everywhere?
Just so it's clear to everyone, when we say CG, we're talking Aikatsu CG and not woke
Yeah.
CG.
Yeah.
Just so everyone's clear.
You don't even have a roof high to that.
I remember Kate yelling, "Oh, I love Macross" when the
Yes,
started.
for the models.
Oh yes.
But yeah, I agree. I think the impact of Change in the movie was so high
Mhm.
that I do agree. In live, it was a little bit lessened. I mean, the song is amazing. Seeing the performance live is amazing, but the impact.
The song
I
is
think.
the song is so good, but yeah, the impact was lesser in the live version, but it was so good. Absolute 5. I actually don't remember Absolute 5.
Yeah.
They,
Yeah.
they won.
Me and
the
Patrick were
first-
doing furry coffee the whole time. Granted, it's our first Walkure live, so
I mean, they won Absolute 5, I don't remember. They 2 Absolute 5, I do remember because that's when they were on cards.
Oh, right.
So I actually don't really remember the first few songs of day one that much because we had been up to some shenanigans before the live on day one, and so I didn't feel great during the first few songs.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
like physically, I didn't feel great.
Ah.
yeah, no, same for day one. It took me a little bit to get into it because I was still all the travel, especially because we went to go to Chiba to watch the movie that morning.
Yes. Yeah, we did that. Who does that?
So
Thank you, HPT Planning.
And you guys made me stay up to watch Do You Remember Love?
Oh, yeah. Love that.
Chuck got to watch 2 movies in one day.
Yeah, I did. We didn't even finish it that night, so I had to watch it that morning.
And they both fall into your top 3. It's amazing.
It was a good movie. I love Lin May.
All right. After that was what? How do you read that again? It's it's Kaze wa yokoku naku fuku. So it's basically a Freya song, but also with Mikumo.
Oh yeah.
So what I did like was that in Arena, when Ringo starts to sing, it's all red, and then when Juna starts, or the second part of the song, it all changes to purple. Yeah. One thing I really liked in this live was the color coordination.
The crowd.
I noticed the crowd, like most of the people seem more like casual for eventers. Like there were a lot of really like JKs and stuff in the crowd, and
Are you sure, JK?
Specifically the ones that he noticed.
I think
Okay.
I don't know
So-
about that.
Okay,
They're
so
young.
there were a lot of people with their kids.
but
I still
the
didn't
color
notice-
coordination was very good. I think.
It was.
Yeah.
Alright. After that, so day one was Ikenai Borderline, which I believe they did on cards also.
Song that woke me up.
Yes, they did.
They did.
Once that song played, that's it. Light switch turned on.
Yeah, that was when I sobered up as
Yep,
well. So
That's when I,
Perfect.
That was when the jumping began.
time to go. Yeah.
And I think that's the case for a lot of people, just because this is for many people like the song for.
I'll be honest. I actually don't like EK and I Borderline as much as everybody does, but still live.
I've listened to it too many times, I think. But
Yeah.
No, I've never liked it as much as everybody.
I remember Chuck talked about this when we talked about it at AX, how much he didn't, and I was dumbfounded.
I did.
But
But
it's
it
alright.
makes sense. But it makes
Yeah,
sense.
it does. Ikenai Borderline, I cycloned to it.
I did the same.
we can talk about this tomorrow, or when we talk about day 2. But day 1, Ikenai Borderline wasn't as good as day 2 for me and Kay. So
yeah.
In general, Ikenai Borderline day 1 was okay. I mean, it was good. Okay, so like don't get me wrong, it was good. I think the fact that they performed that on cart wasn't as good as it could have been, and they fixed that in day 2 by not performing it on the cart. But we'll get back to it. But I think there's some songs that work in cart and some that just don't.
I think they wanted to get the crowd fired up, is what I think, though.
Right. So one of the strengths of Ikenai Borderline is the dance.
Right.
Mhm.
And you can't really do that well on a card.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, a good good song after Ikenai Borderline was Onyanoko.
Oh,
Yes.
fuck me, man. That song was so fucking good. That's the one. Okay, after Tomaranai, when I started listening to Tomaranai, the next song I did was Onyanoko. So that's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
me to it.
I remember you loving Onyanoko a
Yeah.
lot. Yeah.
I did the foodie. I don't know if anyone was doing foodie. But I was
Yes,
fooding.
I was.
Uh,
I'm glad you noticed. Especially at the end, when they did the little twirly thingies to each other. I'm like, dude, I'm doing this because.
Oh yeah, that's one of the things I love about Onyanoko is that exactly is that really that end, like I don't know, is that it's not dubstep. What do you call the part of the end? Is that EDM ish?
It's like
The entire song is actually EDM because they actually
Teddy
had Teddy Lloyd do it.
Teddy Lloyd.
Yep.
Yeah.
It's Teddy Lloyd.
Yeah,
Oh,
it's Teddy Lloyd. Yeah.
it includes everything, of course. So yeah, that's
Alright.
but so see, it's funny because day 1 I actually had a headache, or actually it was not a headache. It was I caught a cold, I think, in Japan the day before, and what it did was that depending on what I would do, if I put pressure my head would start hurting. So essentially, I couldn't yell. But fuck me, I yelled at Karano. As I bursted my lungs for Karano, and I was like, oh my god, my head. I don't care. I don't give a shit. Karano.
The adrenaline kicks in. Like,
Yeah,
all the pain goes away.
I was like, oh man, I'll deal with the pain later.
Do you remember that meme that was going around a few months ago where like you had the knife murderer yell out like call for a song? For me, that's only Hanako Girl. I always Karano.
Okay. The next song was Silent Hacker.
Two Nalbos, double Nalbos.
I do not remember Silent Hacker much, to be honest.
What?
I think Silent Hacker is always been to me the weakest song.
I want Nalbo to get another song. Is how I feel about Silent Hacker.
So I agree that listening to it, it's probably one of the weaker, if not the weakest, of all the Walkure songs. But you just enjoy it so much watching her perform it live, because it's like really like it's her solo, so she puts it all into it. And
obviously, of course, yes.
Both days, like I just whenever I see it, I was just always so really happy because it's now.
Yeah, the thing for me is that I chose Walkure third over Naobo first because they were in the same month. So I mean, obviously, it's not like it's not gonna compare to like a one man like Naobo live, but for me, like I treated Silent Hacker like that. Like I gave it my all, and I gave her my 100% for that because just like I'm gonna take this opportunity. I couldn't do both.
Right. So I guess what was like your favorite part of? Because I refresh my memory because I do not remember Silent Hacker at all.
I thought the crowd vibe was very good for Silent Hacker. I think
the video in the background compared to what we got for second was
I do not remember the video. What was the video?
It was just like the way they did like all like the technical part, like simulate like the
right. The
visual was a lot more.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie, I was too busy looking at.
I was too busy looking at Naobo. Yeah, I was gonna say. I don't remember it.
What video? Were you not looking at Naobo coming by in a cart? Come on, man.
That's fair. That's.
Why not both?
I don't have that much attention.
All right.
I'm with you on that.
Alright, so after Silent Hacker was Namidame Bakuhatsuhon. Okay, I have to say that song I first heard it at second. Actually, I don't unless they did at first. I don't think they did. I don't really remember. Maybe they did. I don't remember. But it really started registering to me as a new song at second. It was a good song. I just didn't have love for it. Right?
Oh,
the
man.
pyro scared the hell out of me.
Right?
Yeah.
What they did third? Holy shit!
So I rewatched second, and they had the fireworks at second too, but they were nowhere as loud. I don't know. I wasn't there live.
I don't know how they don't like flinch on stage because they're close to it.
Oh, it's because they're
Have like the earplugs and stuff.
I mean,
Well,
they're so practiced. I don't know if you watched the backstage video from Cinderella Girls 4th, where they did a kind of a similar thing. I forget. Or which well anyway, they did a similar thing for one of the songs, and at the practice round you can see the girls go all like having a heart attack because they were not expecting.
It's so like loud and
But oh my god, second, third, probably
the song I went hardest on.
And I think it's gonna be etched in everyone's memory for now. Like every time, like you'll think like the song will be start like Nami Dame Bakura Tsuhon.
Yeah, you see three distinct big blasts of light.
So I'm guessing it was nowhere as loud in second because I rewatched second and that was one of the things I tried looking out for.
It was just not the same thing at all.
It's not just you see and you hear it; you feel the fucking shockwave too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The thing for me is that like I can't not hear it when I listen to the recording now. Like
Right?
it just
Oh,
stands out. I'm like, I never heard that before.
No. Yeah, you're right. I was listening to it this week, and I was like, oh wait, there's actually that part in the
Same.
song
that
you know,
song that's in the song. It's just not an
just
actual explosion.
yeah, just noticed before. So now, every time I listen to the song, I'm like, where's the Michael Bay explosion?
Yeah.
The explosions.
I actually strongly associate the live performance with this song now.
Oh,
Like with the calls and stuff because it's just such an energetic song. So I always think back to like the live.
Oh, and I think never in my life have I yelled yes no as higher.
Yes, no.
You know. Oh wow, I could rave about Namidabe for so long.
Yeah.
That song.
I
Okay,
don't know
okay.
how I'd feel like without Hyochi, but goddamn, third was so good that I forgot that Hyochi sometimes enters that song too.
Right?
Both days.
And the thing is, up until Naminame, I think Kay mentioned that too, but the very beginning, besides change, was very like second. I'm like, okay, it's second again, and then Naminame happened. I was like, oh, okay. That's what I realized. Okay,
It's kind of different.
This is-
Hey, for
the
me,
live
my
is-
first live, I was into it since Ike Boda.
Oh, that for me. For me to change happened in Naminame, I was like, oh, okay. That's how the live play it. Okay.
That's when I knew things are not going to be the same.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right. And then they did God Bless You, which I have only one small complaint about that God Bless You in the
Colors.
arena.
The
Colors.
Yeah, Patrick
Yes.
said the same thing. Dang. Dang.
I thought we were all doing white actually.
Yeah. I was like, whoa, why are you guys having a red pen line? Just switch all to white. It's
Yeah.
a snow song. Like there's supposed to be snow. Like the hell.
Hey, I freehand it, so I'm not a part of any of this. I freehand it.
But God Bless You. Is
Oh
still,
yeah, that's when I cried. Start thinking about some things.
Maybe you only saw it from the stands, but I think from second floor I actually didn't see that much red.
Oh yeah, no. From the sense you notice it very well.
Okay.
I don't know. I didn't really care.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I always figured that there'll always be outliers. I just don't
No.
Maybe they don't realize.
do it.
Maybe they don't realize it.
All right, next
Although,
time
Yeah.
I'm doing red on purpose next time just to piss you guys off.
You're not gonna freehand again?
I'm doing red on purpose. I didn't know it obsessed you guys that much, so now that I know.
By like Daisenkos, just.
Oh yeah, something that's not even red, just ultra orange. Yeah.
All right. Valkyrie attack. I
Kiss, kiss, feel love. Kiss, kiss, feel love. This song was actually really cool live.
it's pretty cool. I don't
like-
remember for day
I don't
one.
remember
Battle
it on day one,
GGM.
actually. Yeah.
Walkure song. So I remember people saying too. I remember hearing them going kiss, kiss, feel love. I'm like, oh, that means we actually get to say this in the live. Okay, let's do it then.
Yeah. Yeah, that was good. And then Axia.
Oh. Yep.
You know what's
This
funny,
song-
Alexia? There's like more than 50% is blue. Do you get pick blue or you pick
Yes.
yellow?
Yeah.
Yeah.
In this live, it seems like a lot of people pick blue.
Because it's all about Messer, man.
This
Yeah.
song almost feels like a meme in the English community is the problem though. Like at this
Not the
at
English
this
community,
point,
it's just our stupid circle.
yeah, it's just our stupid circle, I guess. But definitely for our circle, which I consider the English community, it's basically a meme for us, and so like, I'm sad for different reasons.
So you're gonna have to explain for those who are not a part of the circle and don't understand what you're talking about.
All right, so we once had a very good friend to us. You guys may know him. He used to be a hero. His name is Setsuna P. And interestingly, the lyrics Setsuna show up a few times in Axia as well. But
Oh my god, they do. Yeah, they do.
but
Yeah.
anyway, this guy, he died under mysterious circumstances in Singapore. He
46.
contracted
46.
basically the VAR syndrome, just like Messer, and he died. He's at least dead to us. So during that song, I anyway mourn his death instead of Messer's.
I
So-
totally forgot about Sets.
When everyone yelled Messer, I was definitely yelling Sets.
I was yelling Messer. Sorry, Messer and Sets, you're my best friend, but
Yeah, I yell Messer.
I yelled
I guess
Messer and
I'm
I
the
did the sign
Yakuza.
of the cross at my seat. From his seat.
Then we got Giraffe Blues, Kaname Solo. Which I guess is kind of the same.
I remember Patrick going, "Oh, it's her solo version." I was like, Patrick, shut up. This is a song that you're not supposed to talk on.
So there's actually like a lot of solo versions of Trap Blues, but I think Yasukichi's is my favorite version.
Oh, yeah.
It's the most feels one.
Yeah, her voice is the best for it. I think.
I think that was probably my favorite part of second from what I watched on the Blu-rays. I think Axia was great. Like, I think I liked it visually more than I liked like the song itself at the time, because the shot selection in the Blu-ray was great. But I think this time I'm curious to see what they do in the Blu-ray for Giraffe Blues. But like, I think I will probably this could like one up it. Like, there's just so many great things about the vocals.
Well,
throughout.
okay, so yeah, you have to mention that. Okay, so Walkure, I'll go back to Axia. I was really disappointed about Axia not doing. Okay, so for first and second, during Axia they show a dogfight.
Yeah.
And during the dogfight, they would always like have those white laser beams in a shootout.
Yeah, in the studio. Yeah, in the studio.
Yeah, and that was really, really cool. And I'm really sad they didn't do it for third. But
I
anyway,
was thinking the same thing when I was
Right?
hearing that.
and I was like, oh no,
And I think it's
they're laser beams.
and they're like, oh yeah.
So, so when Axia ends, day one, you see Yasukichi just fall on her knees,
Right.
and that's how she starts Giraffe Blues, and that right there, it's just beautiful.
Good transition.
It was a perfect transition. Like Yasukichi, like Kaname. I mean, it's Kaname. Kaname on her knees, singing Giraffe Blues after what happens to. It was
really emotional.
It was.
Both
It was.
days.
Yeah.
It was.
both days.
To me, it didn't hit me hard until day 2 though, because day 2's version was
Day two.
out of this world for me.
Oh yeah.
Day-
Yeah.
Day two.
For Axia? Yeah, oh my god.
No, Giraffe Blues.
Draft Blues.
Yeah, both for me on day 2 were really emotional. The way she sang it on day 2 felt a little bit different. Like, there's just a tinge in her voice on day 2. When she was singing the last part, and I was just, ooh, this is painful, Yasukichi.
Yeah, right. Yeah,
This is
Yeah.
hurting.
it
What are you
is.
doing?
Yeah. I think so. Giraffe Blues kind of ends the first part of the life. So somebody has fire.
Sorry, I'll mute.
Tonight.
So we kind of forgot to mention it, but during the MC they would do this thing where because you got to remember, the entire life is a vaccine life. It's to cure us from the VAR syndrome. So during the entire MC, they would get Nalbo, or I guess Dere, to check the percentage of the cure. So so that would tell us how far we. I assume that was telling us how far that we were in the life, but not really. But that was really cool.
It was super cute.
So Giraffe Blues ended the first part of the live, and that's when the shenanigans started.
So we had the instrumental Io Boy, which is kind of just
Oh, it was cool actually.
opportunity to rest up for a lot of people, I think.
Yeah, I needed to like rest my legs on day one, especially.
But then the shenanigans began after that we've been referring to for a while, which is the moving stage. What do you ever think of that?
Moving stage.
Man,
As
the
soon as
moving
lights came on
stage.
and the moving stage, and you hear the music from Tomorrow Night. Oof, I lost how many pounds on that one song? You-
I don't know why, but I expected Tomaranai to be the song that would come next.
yeah,
And it's just started, and from where I was in the stand, I was in the back of the arena in the stand. I could see the stage going up, and then so that's another thing I forgot to mention. Once I think Kay felt the same thing. Once we got into the arena, we're like, oh man, there's no center stage. The stage this time is smaller. That's a real shame. Like, why would they do that? Well, that's why they did that, because they had a fucking moving stage. So the stage went up, and I thought it was gonna it was going up. It was moving towards the front. But
Yes,
I
initially you would think
realized-
that it's like a rising platform. Like,
yeah,
okay,
it's a
that's
rising
kind of
platform. Yeah, it's like, okay, it's a rising platform, right? We've seen that before.
Mm-hmm. And then it starts coming towards you.
Yeah,
And
it
then
starts
you're
going-
like, what?
It kept going higher with
Like,
the thing
can't-
turning.
It didn't. What's funny is that so the stage would move like it would proceed to move not only forward, but it would actually just go pretty much down the arena all the way to as far back as it could without hitting Kankesha.
Right.
and then like it I was already like kind of blown away and kind of dumbfounded at the whole thing, but then like when it actually hit the back, I was like, wait a minute, hold on, wait, it went over people.
Yeah.
Wait,
Yeah.
yeah, it actually went on top of
it
people.
didn't connect until it reached the end. I was like, wait, hold on, wait, how did it get from right?
Created a second stage on top of people.
Oh,
Yeah.
and it was transparent too, so people who were underneath could see them.
Yep.
They would not get their view blocked, and so on day one, I'm pretty sure Ringo fell at least once, and
I think she
I
fell
thought
on
those were all
accident.
intentional, but I couldn't
No,
tell.
no,
I
the
guess
first
it's
one was
hard.
not intentional. The first
Yeah.
one was definitely not intentional, but all the other times she definitely like just jumped on the floor. 'Cause-
Start waving.
Started
and
waving
just-
at people, yeah.
yeah.
Just
Just so
there's a
cute.
plexiglass floor.
Oh,
It's like
It
man,
was,
so
You
jealous of
lucky
everyone.
and I was so good. Oh, I was so good. Like that tomato. Oh, and they changed their outfits, and the new outfits were.
yeah.
Sorry. I think that's still all I can say about the outfits. Like the outfits, the design is simpler, but it was so good. It was so beautiful. They were dancing in that to Tumaranai, and I was like, oh my god, this is amazing. And they go all the way to the back. So if you were in the back, you could get. It was basically, you went from being all the way to the back of the stage to being all the way to the front of the stage.
Yeah, if you're in stands, you had like
Yes.
a perfect view. It was super nice, I think.
It was
Like,
so
if
good.
there was, like, you could say that there's no bad seat in Yokoari, but, like, everyone got some sort of service because of this stage. Jesus Christ.
And so they did Hear the Universe, which I love that song so much.
Oh, yeah.
Yes. Thank you, Kay, for posting the Hear the Universe was amazing, and then they did Ichido Dake.
Yep.
I think Ichido Dake is when they started moving back to the center,
Mm-hmm.
and then Zetai Redo.
I think that Zetai Dado was when they had a small mic issue, right?
Yes, Zetai Redo and Nozomi.
Nozomi-ru.
But it's a very small issue. It's only like a few
I couldn't
seconds.
hear her when she was
Yeah,
singing.
where she was speaking, but the mic didn't. Receive it.
Yeah.
So that was it. I wonder if they're gonna fix it in the Blu-ray or just leave it like
It
that.
will be fixed because the feed probably still works.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
probably
Yeah,
next
you're
to the-
yeah. Shame, because I would have liked it now, like not to work. I like those small life mistakes. It's always fun.
They did the song on both days though, so they might just like cut the footage and only give 1 day worth.
Perhaps.
They'll have her re-sing it.
Yeah.
Novatic's one of my I love Novatic. Like, I don't know if I like it more than Ichido Dake, but I like both a lot. So both days was really awesome.
Yeah. Day 2 is especially awesome for me, but I will get back to that.
Yeah.
Amitsu no Jinjo.
Oh,
So good.
You ever
so
seen
good.
Patrick Bay
Especially, especially day 2.
This song live
Oh
is
my God.
like,
Oh. Like Juna. Juna is a goddess. A singing goddess. I used to call her a monster. After Valkyrie first, I said she was a monster because she was overpowering the other 4. That was just not even funny. She was just like the other 4 were trying, and Juna was just like, step aside, no. But by second, the other 4, like they were, you could tell they trained to reach a certain level, and by third, they were really high up there. So that's why I reclassed Juna from monster to goddess. Sing. That was so good. That was
Junjo was interesting because, like, especially between day 1 and day 2, you can audibly just tell that Juno was like overextending. Like they were all kind of like really giving it their all. Like it was a very huge difference between the 2 days.
Oh yeah.
Like that was the one that kind of hit me the most because like Juno's just like Hamatsu no Junjo, and it's just like fucking
Just
like
kind of
miles away, like
Yeah.
with her voice. I'm just like, oh Jesus Christ, this is this is unreal.
I'm gonna have to watch second after this, guys.
Same.
All right, and then Walkure wa uragiranai.
They had the MC section leading up to this too.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah, how we were talking about the song.
Uragiranai. Uragiranai was so good and so much better live.
Yes.
I
So
love the dance they have.
oh yeah. Oh.
The
There's
song has been good since that PV with the Yankee outfits. Or the not Yankee,
I told you guys and I mentioned it on Twitter, but when the PV came out, I liked the song, but I still like Tomaranai better.
Not me. I liked it so much already.
When we talked about the song the day before the live, I was at the point where I could not choose between the two of them. I was like, no, I like both equally. But after the live, I knew Uragiranai is the one. You know, it's the chosen one. The song is so amazing. Holy
The chorus
shit.
just explodes. Like
Oh.
it just goes.
Explosion of energy.
That's
Yeah.
That's when my coworkers ask me about Walkure because I play it at work. That's the song I play for them now.
Like, Kiboda.
Then they have,
Dancing in the moonlight.
Okay, so Dancing in the Moonlight being not the first makes sense because that's the ending song of the movie. Sorry, spoilers. So it kind of made sense to have it end basically the live in a way, in a sense. It was technically the last song before the encore. So technically the last song because they assume you're not. I mean, they don't assume because it's Japan. But let's assume that nobody calls for encore.
Everybody leaves.
Everybody, yeah, assume everybody. Dancing in the Moonlight would have been the last song. So it kind of made sense. And Dancing in the Moonlight, I cannot describe the amount of love I have for that song.
it's my favorite
It's-
song from the EP actually.
Oh yeah. Oh,
The calls
yeah.
are just so fun to do.
They are.
It's just so disco-y. and, like,
But the dance of Dancing in the Moonlight, and they had so much. You could tell they had so much fun forming that song.
it's as much fun as they can have without rollerblade.
Because yeah, you would. It is a rollerblade song.
Yeah.
Dancing in the Moonlight. So good.
Yeah.
And then, well, I guess.
At the
Encore.
Sky Nights, like MC after the encores.
Right. So everybody's calling for the encore, and it's like encore, encore, and then you hear Bogue saying encore, oh no,
Oh no, re. Oh no, re.
I love that call so much, like encore, oh no, Walkure. And then they have the MC, which basically it's Bogue, who you discover. Well, I mean, you kind of knew he's a Valkyrie fanboy in the comments.
Royd and Keith though.
So you get the other two showing up, and you discover they've been watching the live too because they're fanboys as well, and they start telling us the set list, and you're like, oh wow, you guys were really into live because you know the exact set list. and that's when technical difficulties shows up, and you can hear the song from the wind. No, wait. That was
No, she said I think they said something about a fairy. Basically, I don't remember exactly. You're thinking about day 2.
Yeah, no. So yeah, you're right. Fairy, and then
Diamond Crevice. Like I was just like, holy shit, this is happening.
And so that's when, I got hyped. But Juna came on, right? So Juna.
Yeah, it was just Juna, and everyone's already excited. This song is like great with just Juna, right?
So last year, Mamigu showed up. We thought we'd get Main showing up for day 2, which she did not show up. So we're like, okay, maybe if they ever do another Valkyrie live, Main has to show up, right? There's no way she's not showing up. So
Everyone kind of suspected it too because there have been like tweets from like
Right.
Juna like having dinner with Main casually, and I was just like,
Oh. So when Diamond Crevice starts, I see. I love the Juna version, by the way. The Juna version is so good.
Yeah.
And Diamond Crevice starts, and I'm like, oh my god, Juna is singing Diamond Crevice, and I feel the tears. Like
there's like
flowing
a slight bit of disappointment for me as well, though, because it was just Juna.
Oh no, I was not disappointed. I had the
Yeah, I was fine. I didn't think Main was showing up. I was like, I'm still fine.
yeah.
Well,
What-
we expected this from second, but
Right.
we knew that, especially when Ringo last year covered Seikan
Sega Hiko.
right?
Yeah.
Halfway through the song, Amegu came on.
But yeah,
So when I heard Diamond Crevice, I was like, okay,
it's
when is she
happening.
coming?
It's
When
happening.
is she coming? When is she coming?
Dude,
And then
I
halfway through
saw-
the song,
Saw her shadow. Cause where I was, I could see like behind the stairs.
Yeah.
I saw her shadow. When I saw her shadow, I grabbed the arm of Gail, who was like next to me. I was like, oh my god, it's happening. And then they did the light thing, the light trick, like so that you don't see Main show up on stage.
Yeah,
And when
but
they
you
did-
could hear her
was-
voice.
I was like, oh my god.
It was in the break
Yeah.
before the second A melody, and you hear the ooh part, and it was her voice doing it, and I screamed like a girl.
Yeah, I lost my
Loudest
shit.
that I've ever screamed in my entire life. Not just me, a lot of people.
It was
around.
loud in there in general.
Everybody
Everyone was fucking
screaming 'cause I
flipping
did not
out.
expect
It
that
was
she was gonna be
Yeah.
there.
wild.
I
So
felt like I was
just,
on the. Yeah, good.
just thinking about it, I get the chills, you know.
Yeah, my heart's beating faster right now.
That was like the craziest thing I've ever witnessed, ever, I think. Like that 1 second that everybody realized Main is there too.
Oh. Oh wow, that was beautiful, and I hope to God that this shows up on the Blu-ray, because
Oh.
it has to, okay.
There's a chance it won't, I think, because like all of the
What
during all the MC sections, like everyone was just like, oh, like we had this weird dream kind of thing. So it's like, if it doesn't, I wouldn't be surprised, but I would be sad for sure.
I won't be surprised either if it does not show up. But oh my God, please give us
Oh, jeez.
so
I'll pay for it.
uncut version of the I will pay what I need to pay. But whew. and then Main stayed to do
Don't be late, man. I
don't
just-
say. I was
That's
not
crazy.
expecting that, because for second last year, Mamegu didn't. she left as soon as like an echo,
Yeah.
and I was like, oh my god,
They didn't just stay. They stayed and sang my Cross Frontier songs.
right? I was, what is happening right now? She
Oh,
is
wow.
singing a
I still
micro.
remember the calls. I was like, oh shit, holy crap! I'm in 2009 right now.
I was back in high school. It was fucking great.
I felt like I was transported back in. Okay, so even though I don't like Frontier, I like the songs,
Yeah, music
And-
is great in front.
Yeah.
and because I'm a huge Yoko Kanno fan, and hearing the songs, I shed tears. I did.
Dang, on Main, can't believe it.
I mean, it's Curl's favorite seiyu, or
I don't.
Yeah.
from
No.
the beginning.
Maybe not from the beginning, but actually, it's funny. I'm packing right now because I have to move out of my condo for a couple of weeks, and I found that I purchased a main Nendoroi a couple of years ago.
Damn.
You know,
Wow.
those I don't know what
Longer before than
That's one from the live,
anyone
right?
knew.
that's the one from I forget where is it from. Where
Yeah,
is it?
San Francisco Live. I
Is
used to
it?
have one of those. Yeah. Or from her live that year, she did like a bunch of lives in Japan and also one up in San Fran, and she was selling them there.
Yes,
It's like a live limited.
Yeah, it was a tour good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See. But yeah, I do have that one. So you know. Anyway, so she did stay until Bokura no Senjo, That was fucking amazing. Holy shit.
That's the second time there's been a collab in Yoko Adi for that song.
That's
So-
yeah. Yeah, because the first time was actually last year for Animax Music, where Juna performed Bukara no Senjo with True. And I think I was telling Ken that the other day, I don't know if you guys know, but True is actually the one who wrote the lyrics
Yep.
for Bukara no Senjo. So,
Oh, is that why she's
Credited
saying
as
it?
Miho Karasawa.
I think that's a great song for Main to have done a collab with, though. It's
it is.
perfect for her
Yeah.
voice.
It is. It was a hype song. It was a high energy song, and it all fit perfectly. And the dance. Okay, I love Bokura no Senjo. What I love the most about this song is the fucking dance.
I'm a fan.
And I know Chuck said that he was
Yeah,
doing it.
I do the dance during the live, but I realized that I'm hitting the other guy, so I do it forward instead. I do it forward because the guy next to me is probably not gonna be happy.
That dance is so good. But I was a bit sad that Main didn't actually do it. He
Oh
was
yeah, I wasn't even paying attention to Main at that point.
just bring the back. But yeah,
The problem is the background and like the foreground dancers are different for that song, and Main was definitely in the front. So
But yeah, Bokara no Senjo was so good, and finally the live ended with Runga Pika Toi.
Pika, you have to end a
Or
Walkure
tradition.
live with that song, basically. So no
At this
surprise
point,
there.
yeah.
They also had a MC section before that, but it was, I would say that the one for day one was a little less special. It was more of a thanks for coming kind of thing.
Yeah, the one for day one was good, but the one for day two takes the cake, you know.
Absolutely.
And all right, so
let's move on to day two, I guess.
let's move on to day two. We already the set list is more or less the same, so let's just do what's different and the highlights. So, what was different for day two is that we got Neo Stream first of all. When did it Neo Stream? Actually, Neo Stream is when you realize they changed the set list.
Yeah, because it's the
Yeah, right.
exact same.
Up
Is it-
until that song, which was like the sixth song into it.
Yes.
It was all the same as day one.
Even the MC was like the same.
Yeah, it was the same.
Yeah.
And then Neo Stream were like, oh, we got a new set list. They're changing things around. And then Love Thunder Glow.
I love
Yeah.
That was my highlight.
Oh,
We were right in front of her when that song started.
yeah, because she was in the. Oh, me too. Because she was in the cart.
Yeah.
She was in the
Yeah.
cart right in front of me. Oh,
Oh,
oh.
It's Patrick being the most yakai I've ever seen anyone do.
I can imagine. So I want, even though I want to say it's too bad it was missing the flag. The Love Thunder Glow performance from day two was so good.
I forgot all about the flag.
And then for me, there's Heretic Beginner right after, which I liked even more.
Oh, it's a beginner. Oh.
I recommend everyone watch this live. Like this song is so good.
No,
live.
every time they move anywhere and then just the crowd turns into that color. It
Yeah.
was so fun to watch.
Oh yeah, and I love that. So at the end of Genetic Beginner, they do this aitai, awanai. You know
Yeah,
that.
that is so
Yeah.
good.
Oh
The choreography is so
it's just the back and forth
Yeah.
between Desmiru and Naobo. It's just like
that was so good. That was
back and forth,
so-
back and forth. It's so cute.
That was lovely. Yeah.
And then they have the aitai with the W. It's like, oh,
Yes. Oh.
Yeah.
And then Namidame was the same, but so for Namidame for day two, I was just basically looking at my seatmate. I was like, "Huh, it's happening." I'm gonna look at his reaction. It's gonna happen. And his reaction was exactly what I wanted to see during the boom.
Just the flustered.
Yes.
Bruh.
So things were actually pretty similar for a while after this, except for me and Kay, with the exception of Walkure Attack, where we knew there was some shenanigans going on in the crowd.
Oh,
Yeah.
During Walkure Attack.
you tell.
So during Walkure Attack, someone mixed in our in our section.
Let loose some tigers.
Me and Kay's, we just looked at each other and it's like, oh, it's on.
Oh no!
Oh my god, you guys were the ones then.
No, we didn't start it.
You know, now I think about it, I might have heard mixing during Valkyrie Attack. Yeah.
I didn't.
I definitely heard it. Am I right? Somewhere in the distance.
So then we get back to like
Yeah.
we go through the rest of the set list. It's kind of similar to day one, and then we get to the after the MC part and iBoy, right?
Wait. So Giraffe Blues, we did mention that a bit, but Giraffe Blues was different for day 2. Day 1 was Kaname solo, but day 2 was actually Juna and Minoringo singing. And the very last part, you got Yasukichi showing up, and we mentioned that, but that was a cry from the heart. What she did at the end. That was right in the fucking feels. Oh shit. That was. Yeah.
I wasn't planning to cry twice, but second day too.
Yeah.
Would you say like up to this point of the live, you didn't really feel like this was a special compared to day 1? It was like way different because like for me, day 2 was way different.
Oh yeah.
But I think that it's like around here at this point.
To me, day 2 got different the second they changed the set list and the cards. The cards were going. They used more cards on day 2. They used more cards, and the way they used the cards, they went everywhere. And somebody mentioned that I forgot who it was, but I think it might have been Ken. But the way the cards were moving is akin to VF fighters moving all around the arena.
That makes sense. That's probably what they were going for now that I think about it.
You know,
They just wanted like a bunch of.
Okay.
I just wanted a bunch of like. They went in more directions than I remember.
Yeah.
In
Oh
day
no.
1.
Oh yeah. They definitely they went like in different multiple directions. It was like. It was beautiful, you know.
The light
were, like-
changing when people came by as well.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, that was really cool. Every time like somebody would come next to you would change your color to them, and that was
like I forgot which song it was, but on day 2 I was closer to one of the wings where the cards would come out of,
okay.
and I was for one of the I forgot which song it was, but Ringo's cart was like I could see her on my right, and I could see like as the cart was like turning the corner to go into the arena, some lucky souls were getting high fives from Ringo as she was going by.
Oh,
What?
Just
I remember that.
Like I was like, oh, I am so jealous right now. Super Genki,
wow.
like jumping up and down, and like she just reaches her hand out, and everyone's just like high fiving her. I'm like,
damn.
no, good for them, but no. At that point, I was just like, she doesn't care. She's having the time of her life right now.
No, day 2 is when she just started like giving a fuck.
Yeah,
In a way.
yeah.
In a way. Yeah. All right. So Valkyrie Gato Maranai was the same. The difference is that so I think Kay, you did say that, but to me, Valkyrie Gato Maranai is when I noticed it. The volume was significantly lower on day 2 than day 1. Because to me, Maranai is that song that should be like really hype and loud, it was hype, but it was not loud. So it was interesting. I liked that they did Ikenai Borderline on the moving platform though, because
let's talk
right
about
in
this
front
part
of us.
of the set list actually. Like look at these like 5 songs back to back.
Yeah,
Uh,
right. Just hype.
Oh, yeah. and then we get to Setai Redo, and
we have
there's
the infamous.
very cool song that did Yettai ga Faiba Waiba during Setai Redo, and that was beautiful.
It was just like one guy, I think, but everyone heard him.
Yeah, absolutely everyone heard that, dude.
Do you think like any of the tiring like killed the vibe at all though? Because like even when like Kay and I tired during EK Bowl, but like I don't think it really seemed particularly.
I hate you guys. Why don't you guys control yourselves?
We tried. We behaved day one.
Everyone was doing it, so it wasn't Yakai.
It's not Yakai if other people do it first.
Exactly. In fact, it's Yakai if you don't join in if everyone's doing it.
Stop using my logic. It'd be more Yakai to not. Yeah, Tiger.
Oh wow. Okay.
But like honestly, no one seemed upset at all by it. So,
No, I think
doubt it.
I think a tiger during Ikenai Borderline is almost going to be the norm very
I
soon.
don't want it to be.
You'll be doing it next year.
Yeah. But anyway,
We have to spread it at the off Kai so it becomes official.
all right, moving on. So the rest of the set list is the same. They end with Dancing in the Moonlight, and then we get that MC where it's Bog, Keys, and that other dude I forget the name of. Lloyd.
Lloyd.
So, Teo.
And then we get into Seikan Hiko, which I was not expecting.
I will.
They did that last year, and if there was a song I was gonna expect them to do, or rather I wanted them to do, was
Triangular.
no.
No way.
So
Well,
I knew
Regular, and then all of a sudden Maya Sakamoto shows up. I'd be like, oh.
Yeah,
what?
I think I would die. instantly
I would
if had
actually
to
die.
no, I knew they were not gonna sing songs that they didn't actually cover on the CD, right?
Right.
So to me, that would have to be the song they would have had to do would have been like Ayaboite with Mari Ijiba. But that did not happen. We got a very cool instrumental version of Ayaboite, which is cool. So Seikan Hiko happened, and I lost
Girls.
it
The
because
girls next to me were so happy. Ransom! The whole time.
I don't understand, like the crowd. I've never seen like someone be so loved by a crowd. Actually, for me, like the crowd was so feeling it.
I have, because I went to UConn the day right after.
Okay, that's
Yes, you did.
That's a different kind of love.
And I said, that was the most person I've ever seen loved by so many people in the whole wide world. Yes.
We can talk about that later, maybe. But yeah, Ukrainian lives are a different kind of thing. Right?
anyway, we got Anata no Oto, which
Oh my god.
I didn't think I would ever get to hear that live.
When I was drinking with Pat later, I went, you know, I was gonna hug you right after that song, but then they did Cosmic Movement right after.
Oh my god, Cosmic Movement. Sorry, I'm getting teary just thinking about Cosmic
Hold on, I want to
Movement.
go back to Anata Onoto.
Right.
Okay, granted, I didn't like finish my Cross Frontier until a couple months ago, but seeing her do that song again on stage, it's like the first time she's actually being Ranka again in a really long time. Because you know that Mamega was on hiatus for a while.
It was. She came back last year for Valkyrie Second.
Yeah, well, but like the 4 or 5 years before that. Maybe that's too long. Maybe I'm jumping too many years, but
No, I think
No.
you're right.
Okay,
It's a
it's
long
about-
time.
Right?
like basically between
Yeah.
Frontier and then when she came back, it was a really long period. So just to see her do that again, for me, it was super emotional.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And I think they picked the perfect song to do it. My favorite Ronka song is the Neko Nikki song, but
Yeah.
Dokun 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 was so emotional for me that day.
Man, Dokun. Yeah.
Yeah. I had never.
No, good.
I'd never seen. Yeah, I'd never seen Frontier. But I had kind of. I had this really backwards way of getting into Mamegu. Like for some reason decided to watch Renee Nola Grange. And
God.
Just
But,
because it's bad doesn't mean
but,
it's bad, guys. Just because it's bad doesn't mean it's unwatchable. How about
okay. But no, but Try Unite is genuinely one of my favorite Anna songs ever. And
It's a good song.
yeah, and especially like there's like the acoustic version of it. I was just like, oh, this is nice. I never thought I'd ever get to see her perform ever. So I was kind of crossing my fingers when Sekenko was like coming on. I was like, she's probably gonna show up. Still crossing my fingers, and yeah, she showed up. I was like, okay, cool. I can experience this, take it all in.
It was definitely a surprise to me that she showed up because there's a lot of talks before the live. It's like main makes sense, but we don't know about Megu. So
I don't know.
Surprise.
Apparently, some people were expecting Fire Bomber.
Yeah.
Again, like there was no way they were gonna sing songs that they did not actually cover on CD. So Fire Bomber was just a no go.
I knew
It was just there
like-
for another reason.
Right, but yeah, it's funny though. It's like exactly for Yoshiki Fukuyama was actually there, and he actually performed Dynamite Explosion in Yokohama Arena on that day
on Joy Sound.
on a Joy Sound karaoke. Yeah, and he messed up the lyrics, but that's normal. If you're a Jam Project member, it's your duty to mess up lyrics.
20-year-old song. Come on.
But anyway, back to Valkyrie Live. Yeah, so Cosmic Movement.
Yes.
Boom Boom Space.
I never loved that song as much as I did on day 2. Because I love the song. Like, don't get me wrong, I love the song. But seeing Mamegu do that song with the Valkyrie unit, it changed everything. It just changed everything.
just like Maine, I think they picked a perfect song for her as well to perform a collab song with. It's perfect.
Okay. All right. So, and then Runpika.
Well, let's talk about the MC actually. 'cause
Okay, right.
I think for me, and I don't know about everyone else, but for me, this MC before Rinpiko was like
That was the killer.
It was-
K2's was
yeah.
the killer. Yeah.
it was like
All
the
5 of
most
them.
important thing for me. It was like the MC for me, where it's like, all right, like Walkure is my number one now, like without a doubt, because it's just like. It was the MC when they finally got a character, and like unlike day one, it's like this is actually the end of their live essentially. Like this is the last one, and so like you had like Nozomu like spilling her spaghetti for a while. It's like like all of the Seiyu were like they like genuinely gave like this we don't want this to end here kind of feeling for me. Like
was it day 2 that Naobo went to check if they were
there's an LV, so it was Naobo being Naobo, right?
Yeah.
Which is great. And I guess like the other thing, since we didn't mention this for the other MCs, but there's a lot more like messing up like tongue twisters and stuff during the other MCs that were like really cute. But particularly for this last MC, like Juno like lost it. She like couldn't finish.
Oh no, she could not. She tried. She was like, I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna cry. I'm not gonna. Oh my god, I'm crying.
Yeah, and it wasn't even just like I'm gonna cry. It's just the like she just like yell, like she couldn't contain it.
Yeah.
And, like I think that was like, especially after seeing her like her speech on the second BD. I was just like, I could completely get it. Like it's the circumstances are somewhat similar.
It's just like she's oh, K dropped out, but
yeah,
she's still like she's a kid still, and she's not an actor either. So like for me, it's like wow.
Yeah, and she like can't quantify the words to like put together, but at the same time, like she's like super grateful for everything, and that's just something that you can't act like. It's just you see her trying to like contain it. It's just like she's like bawling, and
I mean, we did mention that at the beginning. I mean, I mentioned that at the beginning, but you know, she came from kind of a Chica Idol background, where she was doing like outdoor performances, and you know, the kind of crowd she would like perform to was just different than what you got with Walkure, and she's just like what Walkure did for her, and for the others too, I guess. I mean, especially like Minoringo and Nozomiru is significant. You know, they will definitely they will forever be grateful to Kawamori and Walkure.
Yeah, I think like that MC like really showed it, because those were the three that like really for me like were the most emotional during that MC.
Yeah,
and like for me that was when I was like, oh, I'm following these girls forever. Like after that MC, because it was just so genuine, and
it was. Cry from the heart. Cried from the heart. Yeah.
It's like everyone in the crowd was giving the "Ganbare" to Juna. It's like,
oh yeah.
At that time when I was like, she's everyone's treasure, because like everyone in Walkure was.
She's precious, you know.
So, yeah, for me that was. I know the concert was amazing, but for me that was the highlight of the.
That was the highlight.
I absolutely agree with that as well, and I think like it's that and like leading up to Rumpika, like all of that was like just super feels like up to the song. It's just like Jesus. Like I couldn't, like I had this like the biggest lump in my throat.
Yeah.
It's just like it was worth studying Japanese up to now.
Dude, like I mean, like the thing is that like my Japanese is like not great by any means, but like even just on pure like body language and like facial expression, like you can like discern like how emotional it was already from that. Like I was just so dumbfounded at how genuine it was. Like it's because I even like, especially compared to like just other events that I've been to, like I think I made like a long-winded like Twitter thread about it, but it's just this thing of like the only other one man, or the one of the fewer, I've only been to a few like one-man lives before this. I think the biggest one that I've been to was Aqua's, and that can't even begin to compare to what I felt in Yokoari Day 2 of Walkure. It's just so feels. That's literally the only way I can describe it. It's just so feels.
I think that's kind of like what got me. Again, I've been to first, I've been to second, I've been to a lot of lives before, but I know Chuck was too. I don't know about you guys, but I was kind of depressed after on Monday. On Monday, yeah. I hit a low. It was essentially like post-con depression, but for life. I have never felt that.
I don't actually get post-con depression anymore. I don't care.
I mean, Kuro, like, Kuro, like you didn't have to fly back on Monday. Like I was sitting on the plane,
Oh my god.
fucking thinking about it forever. It's just like, yeah, I just had this void for like the longest time. Like it felt like something was missing. Like,
Strange. I think I still have that void.
I'm very vaguely starting to get over it, but there's
Yeah.
a part of me that doesn't want it to completely disappear either. It's like this like internal dilemma that I have. I don't want to forget about it so suddenly.
Right.
At the same time, like I have other things that I'm going to be attending to soon that
Personally,
I want.
I would like to get rid of it as soon as possible because I hate feeling like this.
So what you're saying is you want a fourth.
Yes.
Announce it tomorrow. Come on, Kawamori. fuck you, Kawamori. Do it right now.
Oh yeah, but no. Shit, we didn't even talk about Rumpika yet.
Yeah, like Ringo yelling across the hall without her mic.
Ah.
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
We had the new calls
that's-
from Juna as well.
Okay, so Rumpika. I think it's safe to say that Rumpika from day 2 is the single greatest moment. As far I don't know about you guys, but as far as I'm concerned, day 2's Rumpika is sold the show.
I've never heard a crowd be that loud before. I think
Yeah.
Exactly.
I don't think so either.
they asked for 110%, and the crowd, like the place was like shaking when we were yelling.
I don't think I've ever heard a live that's that loud for that was Rumpika. Just the whoa whoa whoa.
Exactly. Because I think back to day 1, and like by comparison, like it almost even felt like people weren't feeling it. Like, obviously, Ringo doing her practice runs with the crowd, it's like obviously you know what's coming, and like you're just kind of doing it, and it becomes like monotonous. But like I think for day 2, it's like this thing that hit up, like, oh, this could be, probably not, but this could be the last time we're doing this, so let's give it our all. And like everyone's just
Everyone did, and yeah,
top their
and from I forget which part it was. I think it was Rinpika Beam, where Ringo was just like, okay, crowd, you say it, and everybody yelled Rinpika Beam, and I was like, oh man. I think actually I know what I know exactly why I had this fucking postcon depression. It's because my endorphin levels shoot through the roof because of that Rumpika.
yeah.
I hear Patrick laugh in the background, but it's true. You know.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
It's like, because they were funny prep. Like obviously we had Yasukichi with her super seductive call for
Do your Ichi voice.
We had Juna being embarrassed.
do not once again being embarrassed. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
but
yeah.
then
What was the call? Sorry.
Yeah.
What was the call? Because
during the slow part leading up to like the before the chorus, Juno would jump, and everyone was just yelling hi every time she jumped.
Oh, that's what happened.
yeah.
Right.
Because
Yeah.
Juno was giving it her all at the end.
Oh yeah. Oh.
That really
She's getting so excited. God. I can never get over, like I always hear it ringing in my head, like just whenever Ringo just drops the mic and is like just yelling her call. I'm just like I just can't get over it. It constantly echoes. It's never going away. I don't think it'll ever go away because it was just so loud. Like, and mind you, for day 2 again, like I was like middle of the left side of the arena,
Oh,
so I
I
was
was
like about halfway down the middle.
I was all the way to the back, and this is one of the good thing about Yokohama Arena, is that the acoustic is actually good.
Yes, you can hear the
So-
echoes.
Oh, that was
And
beautiful.
her voice echoed.
Oh yeah.
Her voice
Oh,
echoed all the way to the end. It was. I can't believe how much energy that girl has.
Yeah, Kay and I were in the back. We heard her fine. It's
Yeah.
amazing.
By
Well-
far my favorite moment of any fight that I've been to.
That's it for day 2, I guess.
Yeah, that's it for that. So that concludes our set list talk.
I think one thing we didn't mention though was Yasukichi in a ponytail. That was an important moment for me.
I didn't want to talk about it, but
That was- there were a lot of people commenting on that. It was like there were artists that drew like, wow, she was so pretty. It's like I
I mean-
agree.
but it's Yasukichi.
I want to frame it.
It's always.
I said we weren't going to do Gachikoi talk, so
Yeah, we're not doing
let's,
gachi.
let's not. Dangerous.
Dangerous road.
All right. Oh man, we talk about it for like almost 2 hours. All right. So quickly, just gonna mention real quick that we did the uchiage after day 1. It was 40 people in attendance. Thank you everybody who came. That was really fun. I love Chiba-chan, and I don't see myself doing uchiage anywhere else but Chiba-chan from now on.
You just can hold everyone. That's
Yeah,
more than
We
anything
need to be smarter about reservations from Yokohama though. We had troubles getting there.
yeah. The life on day 1 did go longer than I expected. So yeah. But I mean, it all worked out. We all got. You had enough to drink. I believe, right?
Yeah, and I mingled with a lot of groups. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. So before we end this, do you guys think there will be a 4th live? And if not, do you think this is or will be the best? I mean, yeah. But will there be one?
Let's go K first.
Okay. I was just gonna say, I would have said, oh, I don't think there's gonna be a 4th live, but I was already wrong once, and I'm happy to be wrong again. So I look forward to being announced of a Walkure 4th, and me going, oh right, let's do this.
Ken?
I'd like to think so. I think, yeah, I'm never really optimistic about things like this, but obviously I'll wait with open arms, and when that time comes, or if that time comes, I'll be ready and willing to give up everything to go.
Chuck?
I would say, yeah, I'm pretty sure, like 99% sure. And I only say this because it's Flying Dog and I've seen how they do things before. And I think right now Walkure is too big that they would just end it like this. It's bigger than Trident ever was.
Is it? Because that's what I was worried about. Because I've seen the way Flying Dog handled Trident, and I am definitely like really worried about like
I think when they do want to do the last one, they're gonna say this is the last one at the
this is
very
the final one. Yeah.
So I don't know if that's gonna be this year or the year after or whenever, but I think when they do, they will say that. For this year, it could very well be like a Macross just 35th anniversary collaboration live special thingy. But once they do have the final Walkure, I think they will let us know.
I
But
think now that I think about it, you're kind of right. Now that I remember that Trident, the final live, they did in Makuhari in the event hall, which is not big. It's pretty small.
Yeah, Trident kind of died like with a little whisper.
Right.
Um,
Huh. It's weird.
So I think as well, I think there will also be a fourth. I think it'll be like Walkure Last Live at like SSA or something.
I don't know if I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. Like there's this small part of me that's like post live depression that's like, oh, this is the end. Like there can't be any more. But I think there should be at least
there should be. Yes.
There always should be.
Should being the keyword, right?
Yes. I honestly hope that Flying Dog would I mean they're not idiots. They obviously they know how popular Valkyrie is. Like even when we were walking in Tokyo the day after, and you could see like the top charts, CD charts, and Uragiranai was like number 5. So Uragiranai sold well, I think. I don't know how well it sold, but
They're still number 1 on Aniuta. So
is it?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So I mean, there's potential. Now, what will Flying Duck do with that? I don't know. Is it all this is it all relying on Kawamori? Maybe, I don't know. I
Yeah.
do know one thing is that if there's somebody who loves Valkyrie more than I do, who loves Valkyrie more than Nozomiru does, it's Kawamori.
Yeah, there's been so I've done some translation stuff, and there's been a lot of people putting Kawamori's name out there, going like, "Please help us." kind of thing.
Yeah.
Don't let us down.
Yes. So Kawamori, please. I know that you and I, we don't have the best of relationships, but if there's one thing I know you can do for me and for the rest of us, is to make more Macross Delta movies and more Valkyrie happen.
Yeah, I would say like the one thing is like since second, it feels like everyone's become even more popular and has gone like even like more solo stuff. Like for example, Ringo and Yasukichi are doing the Card Captors opening and endings now, and it's like
What? Yasukichi's doing the ending for Captors?
she's doing the opening, and I think Ringo's doing the ending.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
So it's like you could easily see why this wouldn't happen, just because everyone's just so busy.
They're
with
so
their
busy.
solo
They're
careers.
so busy. I
But-
think I like to compare them with Wake Up Girls, but the difference with Wake Up Girls is Wake Up Girls, they're all in the same agency,
Mhm.
so it's way easier to coordinate. The fact that they're all different agency, the fact that they were able to plan 3 lives. The first one was a tour and 3 lives like total. That way is already a miracle.
I thought they were all
I-
Flying Dog.
No, I mean Flying Dog. They're Flying Dog for that's their label.
Oh,
not
I see what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh wow, I'm like really scared now.
I am a very hopeful person, so actually that's not true. I'm a very pessimistic person, but for Valkyrie, I have hope.
Yeah,
Uh,
that last MC for me is like, it made me realize how much everyone really likes this unit. So I
But
think
at
the
the
say you
same,
want it to happen.
they definitely do. But at the same time, if it does not happen, I am.
At least we ended on a high note, right?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly.
Yeah,
That's what
yeah.
I'm saying, yeah.
And that's the important thing.
That's the important thing, yeah. All right, this dragged on for really long. Holy shit, we've been talking for almost 3 hours.
I could talk even longer. I think.
I know. Me too.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I guess so. Let's wrap it up. So, thank you everybody for listening to this very very long podcast about Valkyrie Third. Again, Utawa Hinochi. I'm Kurotsuki.
Utawa I. I'm Forte.
Ciao, people. I'm Ken.
Utawa Shinki. I'm Ken.
Otawa
Oh, no.
Genki. I'm Patrick.
So, bye bye.
You guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, 4.
See you at 4.
Yeah.